Why, hello. How is everyone doing today? It's Tuesday. Is it today Tuesday? Oh gosh, I don't even know if today's Tuesday. Yeah, it's Tuesday. Oh gosh. But yeah, welcome everyone. Hope you're all having a good night tonight. Got a fair amount of stuff to talk about. So oh, actually I don't even need to be in this one. I can be in this scene, because we're gonna be in here today. It's gonna be great. I actually don't need this anymore, so I can make this go away. Let me just move chat into a good spot for this. So, as we all know, Tuesdays are kind of the day where I sit back and just kind of talk about things. Talk about what I'm doing, talk about what's going on, and I just realized I'm still in a Discord call with someone that hasn't been talking, but I should probably leave that call. Or else that'd be a very interesting interruption. That's for sure. But today we're going to be talking about what's going on with the channel, where's it going, and all that stuff. We're going to be given just a few more minutes for anyone who wants to roll on in. But there's going to be some pretty substantial changes coming up. Something I've thought a lot about, stressed out a lot. This is actually the most nervous I've been to do a live stream probably ever, which is weird. That's not a sensation I'm used to, if I'm being perfectly honest. It's very weird. But you know what? I'm a firm believer of sometimes you have to do some stuff that might seem a little questionable at the time, but you got to go with your gut, you know? Let's see. Perfect. I should have thought about doing this beforehand, but didn't think about it. So today we're going to be talking about some stuff going on. And come here, Mr. Tablet. I'll tell you what, guys, it's really nice. Oh, I just shut off my tablet. That wasn't supposed to happen. My computer's freaking out. Whoops. Yeah, that definitely wasn't supposed to happen. That's hilarious. Okay, so what we got going on, what we'll be talking about today. Oh, where's my pen? Uh-oh, there it is. Whew. There we go. We are going to be talking about, I'm going to make this a little less huge. And hopefully you guys can still see me okay. The tablet's kind of in the way if I like go over here. I don't think my phone can't see me if I'm all the way over there. So I'll try and make sure I stay in frame so I can both see chat and what's going on. So today we're going to be talking about hello. Let's see if I can hit 1K videos. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the sub. I appreciate it. But today what we're doing, if our tablet is going to work for us, we're going to talk about our content roadmap. Basically, where am I going? What am I doing? That kind of a thing. So personally, as I've really been thinking about it these last few weeks, last couple months really, and I've been looking at numbers and tracking things, is what can I do to do everything better? And I've kind of split my own content into a few different areas that I feel like are areas that I can and want to pursue. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna start with short videos. And specifically YouTube shorts. These are the vertical style videos that are, I mean, they're shorts, they're comedic, they're whatever. I think there's some stuff that I can do with these that I could only do if I'm really trying to produce them as an actual short. Like, for example, let's take that Among Us video that I made. I think that that one's actually pretty decent for a short because it was intended to be a short video. And I think that I can do stuff like that, and it has been proven on my own channel, in fact, to be a success. In fact, shorts have gotten me over half of my current subscriber base, and I think 3/4 of its total views. So shorts are tried and true. One hit is equal to like 15 videos. Hey, what's up, Raul? How you doing? Welcome. We're chilling and talking about the future of this channel. What's up, Hikaru? Welcome. I'm just talking about stuff I've been thinking a lot about. And if my motto's looking weird, it's because I'm trying to look at my drawing tablet to the right and my open notebook to the left, which is gonna make me do a lot of this. So I have a lot of notes written down. Right now I'm breaking my stuff up into what I think the categories that I could and want to focus are. Next category, and we'll go a little bit more into depth of each of these because I've written a lot of stuff down for each of these. The second category is gameplay. This is stuff like just generic gaming, highlights. Ignore my handwriting. I know it's terrible. Gameplay, highlights. That's actually basically all gameplay is to me. There's my current success, which is around tutorials. But we have two sections of this that I've really been thinking about. So tutorials gets a double category because there's VTubing and gaming. And we're going to talk about how some of these cross over with each other in the future. Also, how you doing, Hikaru, and how you doing, Raul? Hopefully you're doing well. So we'll put the VTubing section over here. We'll put the gaming section over here. So these both fall under the category of tutorials, but I think they're separate enough that it matters. So VTubing, this is more tech tutorials, like which webcam is better, like webcam, lip sync. These are two videos that I've already done that are perfect examples of what this kind of route is going for. Gaming would be more like eternal return stuff, like routing, game math, maybe like weird challenges. Actually, that can also go over here. Like, is this possible? Could this be a thing? That sort of thing. And then the last category, wait, I'm missing a category. Oh, no. Oh, that's right, because I split that up into two. The last category, which is just eternal return. Now, the reason why I have these categories set up the way they is this is kind of like what I see as the possible focus points of the channel going forward. One thing that is common with all of these is none of them focus on streaming. That is right. As of today, I'm cutting back streaming to once a week planned. That doesn't mean that more won't happen, but we're only going to have one scheduled stream a week, and we'll do others as collaborations or other possible opportunities pop up. Basically, I've felt this for a little while now, and it's really been hitting home the last few weeks. Is I liked streaming when I had a purpose. Like the cooking stream, that was awesome. The tech stream of my 3D world, that was a lot of fun. And I don't get that feeling with gaming streams anymore. I just don't. So the option for me was either to focus on making every stream kind of its own show, which is a good practice in general, but I just don't feel like I have the time to do that multiple times a week. And if I can't be doing it often, what I instead need to be doing is focusing on video creation. And we'll get into some of the numbers here in just a little bit. So Eternal Return, this involves gameplay. This could involve shorts. This would definitely have tutorials. And we're going to call a category called editorials / informational. Yeah, my handwriting is terrible. Don't worry about it. But, oh, whoops. Did someone message me on Discord? No. Okay, we're good. We're good. I thought it was someone that I needed to respond to. So, yeah. No tournament. This could involve tournament stuff. Yeah. Eternal Return is a pretty broad category. But it would be basically, I'm gonna erase this up here. Hold on. Let me make my eraser a little bit bigger. Get rid of all this. That is not even close to being big enough. That is way too big. Oh, whoops. I just swapped my brush size. What am I doing? Okay, let's try that again. Let's make the eraser bigger. There we go. Okay, so perfect. Get rid of all that. So we're gonna erase this too, so that we can make this a little bit more clear about what we're talking about. This is our channel focus. And so, as I was considering all of these, some of these do have crossovers. Let's do a new sheet just for this. So this is kind of how I view the crossovers. So we have VTubing stuff. We have Eternal Return. We have tutorials. We have shorts, and we have gaming. These are kind of the 5 categories that I see. Now, shorts is interesting because I actually think that shorts. Actually, do you want? Let's color code these. Shorts is going to be blue. Shorts, that is not blue. There we go. Shorts can kind of connect to all 4 of these. Every single aspect of these could be a short video in and of itself. For VTubing, that would be things like skits, maybe like short tech demos, thing like that. So I actually had an idea for tutorials that were shorts. Basically, there's a lot of questions that I've come across that are like, I need to know how to do this one thing, but you can't find it anywhere. Like for me, that happened a lot when I was doing Unity stuff of, All I needed to know was how to switch these settings to make something work. So the short video would quite literally just be, you know, a 30-second long thing of here's the settings, you know, here's the settings over here. Here's the buttons you push to get this result. That was a potential idea for shorts. Or it could be shorts that are demoing something I talked about in a longer video that I didn't felt the right flow. But they wouldn't be super prevalent. Now, VTubing is interesting, which we will do in, sure, VTubing, you get to be pink, why not? When I say VTubing as a focus works very well with tutorials and works very well with shorts for VOD content. This is all, everything that we're talking about here, this is all for video content, not streaming. For streaming, all of these can kind of go together, right? But for VOD content, where the focus would be around VTubing, I'm gonna put a little check mark next to this so we remember color coding. Shorts and tutorials are good. Tutorials for how to do it, and shorts again for like more skit comedy. And this is more like skits for shorts, and maybe super short tutorials. Super short tutorials, stuff like that. Now we're going to go over to Eternal Return, which, as we all know, is a game that I've gotten really into, which will be green. Eternal Return has good synergy with tutorials. It has great synergy with the gaming category, obviously, and short videos. This would be stuff like highlights, routing, character talks, patch notes, tourneys, etc. And this could have a lot of collaboration stuff too. So that's kind of all the stuff that I can foresee happening with Eternal Return stuff, which is honestly the way that I've sort of been leaning for a little while. Now, if we go down to tutorials, who will mark as orange, because why not? This is where we start to hit our first cognitive dissonance. Tutorials are orange. Tutorials can go with gaming. They definitely go with VTubing. Again, there's like a minor synergy with shorts, and the only synergy they really have with gaming is if you're doing it about a specific game. If you're hopping all over the place with games, basically you have to choose a game and stick with it. Or choose VTubing. I like the tech stuff and stick with it. You can hope and do what do you mean by you can hope and do tutorial? Trust me. I'm confused by that sentence a little bit, Hikaru. But while you're thinking about that, we're gonna go back over to gaming. Gaming obviously can go the other way really easily. And the unfortunate scenarios in most of these different the issue that I'm running into is VTubing in general, like as a core concept behind the channel, doesn't really fit into the other stuff that I want to do, which makes me sad. You can hop between tutorials, Hikaru, you are correct, but generally they have to be similar games. And if you hop around too much, you don't get a lot of recurrent people showing up. from what I've seen. And it just makes sense, right? Like if you subscribe to someone because they do League of Legends tutorials, why would you still want to watch them if they're doing, you know, Hearthstone tutorials next? Like it, unless you're interested in both games, then it's a win for you. But the thing I'm trying to do is narrow my focus. Something I've been avoiding doing because I kind of just wanted to do everything, but I think it's finally time where I really just kind of commit to something for a little while. And I kind of thought that was going to be VTubing, but then I realized that, well, I mean, like teaching people about VTubing, right? Until I sort of realized that I don't know. I don't know if that's exactly what I want to do, or if that's all I want to do. Because I find we're gonna open up one more new page here. The problem with VTubing as a channel focus, if VTubing is your primary concept, not like tangential, like there's a difference between making a gaming channel that has a VTuber as the avatar. That's different than having your entire focus be around VTubing. Because I think if your entire focus is around VTubing, then you're kind of locked into these tech tutorials. VTubing news. New hardware, I guess, would be a good category for it. And new software. These are the kind of videos that I feel that you can make if your focus is on this VTubing shenanigans. Now these are kind of fun, not gonna lie. I kind of like making videos that show off like what I've learned about something, really anything, and these are good. VTubing news, I just don't care. I honestly do not care. I'm not doing this because Hololive is doing this anymore, or like VShojo. I am doing VTubing because it is fun, and that is the end of it. Like, I don't really care about what's going on with Hololive or any of that other stuff, except for as it might pertain to me, which sounds completely selfish, and it is, but like, I don't really want to talk about what's going on with other people because I'd rather focus on myself. So don't really want to do VTubing news. So this gets a pass. This is a new hardware is like it's like a maybe. This can be fun, but I'd have to spend a lot more time to really feel like I had a, like these last two, they can be really fun, but the problem is these two require a lot of research because I don't want to give people false information. Like if I'm teaching you something, it's because I very much believe what I'm saying is correct. Yeah, this is also expensive, but you don't have to test hardware. You don't have to do demos of hardware. I guess that is one other category. I could demo new tech. I'm gonna add that over here. This is what's really expensive. This type of video would be more just talking about it. Like, hey, this company launched a new thing. Like, this is what this could potentially mean for the VTubing sphere, kind of a shenanigans. Like that's kind of what I think new hardware videos are. Now, if I was a more, if I was a bigger channel that was actually making money and could do this, I like this part. This part is awesome. Demoing new stuff is really freaking cool, but it's really expensive. And yeah, just get sponsored. That would be awesome, but I don't think that's happening. Getting sponsored by a company for VTubing would basically be the equivalent of me working for like Hololive or someone and trying to work out a deal with that. But I might be able to pull that off with some of these software companies. Like say, hey, can you give me a free copy? I want to make a video on it. Maybe. But the software isn't generally the hard part. And the other issue is that a lot of these just feel so similar. So I don't know how I feel about it. So that's the problems with VTubing. Is there's only one category that I super love. This one's good too. But these two, I just don't know if I have the passion to stay on top of everything for these. Like I probably would if I could afford it. Like if I could afford all the new bells and whistles and stuff. But the problem is that I can't. And the fact that I couldn't, like, and I mean, I'm way too small to get sponsored. Like, let's be real here. I've got 330 subs. 330 subs equals no sponsor. Let's be real. But, and that's what I have to kind of focus these around. Now, there is something that I kind of just now considered that I haven't really thought about it too much, where there's another YouTuber who now goes by the name of Fia. You guys have maybe heard of her. Her YouTube channel used to be the Virtual Reality Show. That's what its name used to be. And she did kind of all this similar stuff. Not like for VTubing, but for virtual reality, right? Is, you know, she had the tech demos. And she had the hardware stuff. Interviews, all that jazz. She had a lot of good stuff. But she recently rebranded into just Fia, who hosts the virtual reality show. But the real thing, and then she does other highlight content and stuff where it's her as the main star. I'm curious to see how it'll go for her. I honestly don't know. Because again, the problem that I'm having is focus. Basically, if someone subscribes for one type of content, will they leave if I do others? That's the real question I've been asking myself. Is currently I've kind of just been throwing everything at the wall and seeing what sticks. And basically every advice channel ever always says that you should double down. Double down on what works. And this is, like I said, this is kind of the core concept of what I've been thinking about a lot. Is if someone subscribes for one type of content, let's say in this case, you know, how much does VTubing cost, right? If that's the kind of content they wanted to see, are they really going to want to see me explaining the math behind eternal return, right? Like, those feel like two very different subsets of people. Because, you know, VTuber does not equal ERBS player. And vice versa, right? You know, or insert game. So let's talk about what has worked in my channel's history. And this is why I've been looking at doubling down. So what has worked? Slash what to double down on. Funnily enough, shorts. They're worth 170 subs of my channel and 3/4 of total views. Which is crazy. And this all came from 2 videos. 2 videos are responsible for literally half my channel. And they were both shorts. Which is crazy. So we're gonna put this into 3 different categories. So we have shorts, VODs, and streams. I've done 13 shorts. I have done, actually, I need to pull up my actual sheet for this, or else I'll misquote my own numbers. Okay. Here we are. And then I lost chat for a second. I got to bring you back. Okay. I have done 132 streams. And I've done 17, we'll just name this videos. 17 videos. Now, of those 17 videos, they are responsible for 20 of my subscribers and probably 1/10 of my views. And there's 17 videos. Now, of these videos, there are 2 that are responsible for 90% of those views. You starting to see something here? Now, of those 132 streams, they are responsible for the other 120 subs and the other roughly 15% of views. Now, if we add watch time into all these shenanigans, streams are like 80% of watch time. These have 19.5% and these have 0.5%. But watch time is kind of whatever right now. That's not what I'm super going for at the moment. This is watch time, watch time, watch time. So from just looking at the numbers, shorts work really well. Videos work pretty well. And streams are kind of a wash. Now, this is just for me. Other streamers on YouTube have a very different subset of numbers to look at. But just for me, I have spent over 400 hours streaming. I have spent maybe 40 hours making videos. And I have spent maybe 4 hours making shorts. Nah, we'll bump that up. We'll double that. We'll say 8. Because there's one short that actually took me a little while because I was having fun with it. So here's the real question. Like, I can either stream for 400 hours and get this. I can, you know what, let's be a little generous. Let's double this number. Why not? We're just going to double this. And that's definitely not how many hours I've spent editing, but we're going to say that it is just for purposes of this discussion. So I've spent probably 80 hours. Do you know what? Let's just round it up to 100. Let's just round it up to 100 just for fun. And we'll pump this up to 10. 10 is definitely overshooting. I definitely have not spent 10 hours doing short videos. That's for dang sure. So we probably spent 100 hours to get 20 of our subs, 10% of our views, but 2 of those videos are responsible for most of it. Compared to the 400 hours it takes to get what I did on stream. And we compare that to the 10 hours I did to get literally half of my channel. So shorts kind of have to be in my final equation of whatever I do. It's been a really interesting journey, that's for sure. And the other thing that I have to think about is the long end of things. Because if you look at this, you would look at videos and streams and be like, well, that's 1 sub every 5 hours, which is about right. And streaming gives you about 1 every 3.8 or something like that. So if I wanted to just go for just, you know, just subscriber count, I would only focus on streaming. And then making some of the clips from the streams into shorts, which has been proven to be a success. Or what I can do is actually focus on shorts and videos and make legitimate shorts, not just clips, but videos that were meant to be a short. And I think that that has a lot of value because you can definitely tell the difference between something that was made for a phone and something that wasn't, right? Like something that was cropped just to fit and something that you had it in mind when you made the video. So there's potential here. That's for sure. Now, I have thought of a few possible solutions to like my own current crisis. And the first of which is streaming hours are going down. That's just kind of going to be what it is. I still like streaming on Saturday because it's fun. I still like interacting with my own community. I think that's amazing. But I also want to really grow. And that might sound super selfish of me, but my own numbers kind of have to dictate what I do. That's just kind of how it is. So there are two kind of options, or well, there's 3 options. 2 that I thought of, and then 1 that I thought of while I was talking about all this stuff out loud. And so we have the VTubing route, the gaming route, and this new 3rd route, which is Rayless as a host of VTubing stuff and Eternal Return stuff. VTubing, this is, again, we already talked about the stuff. This is the tech demo stuff. This is the news stuff. This is the software stuff. These are all the tutorials that a subset of people want. Currently, VTubing, I still think, is slowly continuing to grow because it's fun. It's a fun hobby. The community, I can take or leave, unfortunately, but it's a fun hobby to get into. And if you meet other people who do it, it's a lot of fun. And there will always be, there's not very many people who are making high quality guides to stuff. I don't think mine are necessarily the best, but I do think they're better than some. So I do kind of have an advantage here. I want to make high quality tutorials for this. I think that that is a competitive advantage for me. Now, if I went the gaming route, you better believe Eternal Return Black Survival is going to be the thing that I focus on. Why? I think it's growing. I think it has potential, and there's not a lot of competition. And more importantly, I think I can add value here. Now, that's true here. With both of these categories, I believe that I can make videos that make people's experience with whatever the thing I'm talking about is, whether it's VTubing or Eternal Return, more valuable to that person. That's what I truly believe. Now, the third option of having me do tutorials for kind of both and then focusing on Eternal Return for gaming. The issue that I see with this is with my current level of production that I can do, I'm committing to one vid a week, which means that if 1 week you see, you know, how to VC face or something like that, and then next week is, you know, how to play Jackie or something like that, that's a little bit of a dissonance, and there's a lot of lag time in between. Now, if I do the Eternal Return stuff, there is a possibility for me to go into a little bit higher. This will have more video opportunities. Easy video opportunities, because there's patch notes every week. There's new characters. There's analysis. There's stuff like that. VTubing, I feel like there's a set number of subjects that I can really talk about before I'm out of tutorials. That's just kind of how I feel. And so you're probably asking yourself, what is my sort of final decision? Oh gosh, who's messaging me now? Okay. So what am I gonna do? I might end up putting, well, the answer is gaming. That's what I'm doing. Gaming as a VTuber. My avatar isn't going anywhere. This character that I use on screen is not going anywhere. The only real difference is my focus is shifting from this to this. And I think that's what I'm going to be doing for the foreseeable future. So it's been a long decision coming to, because I've had a lot of success as this. But now that I've done, how many videos have I done? Not that many, but I've done enough to like kind of get a feel for what I'm doing. I've done a couple. Let's see. I did the, and they've all been pretty decent. We did the how to improve your lip sync, how to stream. Oh, how to stream with others is actually independent of this. iPhone versus webcam. How much does VTubing cost? How to become a VTuber, 4 different apps. I guess I've only done 4 videos. I've done 4 videos that are related to this. And actually, I've done played Fall Guys, collab, Among Us, Publix, Too Many Times. Okay, so I've actually done about 9 videos as this. So this isn't unprecedented. Also, I just accidentally closed chat, so I have to open it up again. High five, Hikaru. But yeah, I think that's the well, so that's the thing, is gaming has tutorials. When I say gaming, what I really mean is I am not really a highlights person. I just don't think I translate well. But I want informational gaming. So this includes things like patch rundowns, how to route, which definitely falls under a tutorial category. Like what are good character matchups? Most of this gaming content, quote unquote, is going to be focused less on like gameplay and highlights and more about information, because that's ultimately, I feel like that's my strongest point, is I am good at information. So this is like comparing numbers. This is definitely a tutorial. This is like, that's definitely a tutorial. This is definitely not necessarily a tutorial, but the more informational style content that I think I'm better for. So this isn't really highlights. Now, that's not to say that they won't be featured, but what I will probably end up doing, and I know YouTube has announced this, is because I do like doing this content. I just don't think I'm very good at it. But YouTube has announced that shorts will have separate notifications. Which means if there's anything that I do want to put into highlights, I can make it into a short and it won't disrupt the rest of this. That's why I brought shorts back onto the main channel in the first place. And now the other nice thing is, by doing this informational style content, this does leave room for, we can still have some sort of highlight content like collaborations, maybe just other types of content. Like this will be the core of it for sure, because at the core, what I want to do right now, and what I think I actually have a chance to do, is teach people about Eternal Return, because I am learning it and I like teaching people what I'm learning about. That's just me. But that's kind of where we're at. Patch rundowns, how to route, what are good characters. This is like a free video every week, basically, because they do patches. And this could be a stream type thing. This would let me have some streams without it being out of place, right? Because that way I could stream and have it be the video at the same time. And that's kind of another thing that I like to think about is super efficiency. Is if I do go with Eternal Return, which honestly that's what I'm doing, my stream schedule changes drastically. Because before it was Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. Now it's basically just Saturday and maybe Sunday. This is a maybe, so we're not going to make that a real thing. And then Tuesdays would be patch notes / some game. Maybe even like route building. Like this could all filter back into this informational. And more importantly, this would be a video that I could use. Like I could cut that up because it wouldn't be anything different than what I'm already saying. And that's double efficiency where I get a stream out of it and I get a video out of it at no extra cost. Same sort of thing for this. Now, all this being said, I still have a Hololive video coming out tomorrow. It's going to be my last one on VTubing. And yeah, I don't know. That's it. It's going to be my last one on VTubing for a while. But again, this does not mean I'm not being a VTuber. It just means my focus is shifting where a VTuber is an additive thing to my channel rather than the focus. And we're going to see how this goes. We're going to see how this goes. But yeah, as of right now, no stream Thursday. Only scheduled stream is Saturday. Now, what I'm scared of is that this is going to alienate the few people that I already do have that drop by all the time. We'll see. But this is something I could do longer term that is more, I don't know, it just honestly feels like it's more focused. I looked through a lot of my old videos and like they're just kind of all over the place of photoshopping, talking about my life, 3D stuff, Jackbox, Exile or Path of Exile, Uno, Phasmophobia. I always seem to do better when I have a theme. Now, if in the future I actually get to like do this full time, then streaming can come back in its full glory, because then that's a way to hang out with the community while and still have enough time to make videos. But for now, I think that's what's happening. So what does this mean for the channel, just in general? First of all, Saturday, only guaranteed stream. Others might happen, but Saturday is the only day it's guaranteed. And newsflash, it's probably going to be Eternal Return, because I really want to get into their creator program. And also what this means, is, whoops, Patch Note Tuesday. And other video once a week. Those are the goals we're going for. This also means streams are no longer public. They'll be unlisted with playlist. I have not gotten very good watch retention on anything I've made past the fact, and I don't think that's going to change. I kind of see why a lot of the big YouTubers don't have their streams visible if that's not what they want to do. Obviously, Hololive does it different because their primary content is streams. They don't have VOD content. But I think that's just going to have to be the way it goes from now on. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't nervous about doing this. But I've been feeling for a while that something needed to change, and that's just how I operate. Does mean I'm going to have a harder time hanging out with people in the VTubing sphere, which is sad, but you know what? It is what it is, I guess. Oh, I know it's important for me, but it's the same kind of reason, like when you make a decision that's like kind of a little bit counter to what everyone else does. Well, not that everyone else does, but like what you think you should do. It's a direction change. It's a new thing, right? If this is the way that content's gonna go, like it is a scary thing. But again, the main thing with this is at worst, I will have the lowest possible effort video every week for free about patch rundowns. And then I want to focus on making good content the rest of the week. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Well, I appreciate your vote of confidence, Hikaru. Because it's legitimately worrying me, but at the same time, every time in life where I get that feeling of like, I gotta change something and then I don't do it, it's awful. It ends up so much worse. So it's probably gonna be a bumpy ride, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. We'll see if it works, you know? We'll just see. But yeah, that's kind of it. I don't really have anything else for this stream. It wasn't meant to go super long. I'd play Eternal Return, but it's down because it's the patch, so I don't know what to do. Yeah, I don't know. That's all I got. So I think today was just a nice short stream. I'll be posting an announcement on Pattern on Discord for anyone who isn't here and wanted to see this or didn't. I don't know. I don't know what I'm saying with that. But yeah, that's basically just what I was talking about tonight. So I think it was just a nice short stream. We're not going to make it any more complicated than it is. Oh yeah, what did you end up at, Hikaru? Since I work when you're streaming, I never get to see like how your stream ends. Or like how good you did, because I can't pay too much attention. Whoops, that is not what I meant to do. There we go. But I'll be looking for your replies in the chat. Hey, that's not terrible. But I am going to call it here. And yeah. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later.